So let me go straight to TRVL. Now, I'm flying to El Salvador today, okay? And I'll be in El Salvador tonight. And basically what's happening is I'm going because of Dtravel. Partly I'm going because of Dtravel. We've been talking about a plan to onboard properties in El Salvador. El Salvador is fast becoming a crypto hub. And when you go to the Dtravel app and you have a look at El Salvador and do a search, quick search, do you see what you see? Do you see what I see? No results for this area. Okay, so this is a real problem because El Salvador is fast becoming a major crypto hub. Yeah, you have Bitcoin Beach there, you have El Zonte, and you're starting to get crypto startups forming in El Salvador, crypto startups moving to El Salvador. A lot of people there are crypto aware. Right now, when from London, when I'm doing business, I'm doing transactions, I'm sending value using the Bitcoin Lightning Network. And even in El Salvador, you know, a lot of times when you want to transfer money, one of the options is can you pay using crypto Bitcoin? And actually, you see right now in El Salvador, we have no properties on the Dtravel vacation app. Okay, it's a real problem. So I'm going back out to El Salvador. I was there for 3 months already. I came back to London. I'm going back to El Salvador. This time, the objective is very clear. We have a plan. I'll start to talk more and more about the plan as the plan unfolds. And so this is quite exciting because one of the objectives is going to be to onboard as many properties as possible. So that's kind of what's on the agenda. And then we have some kind of further steps to expanding into other parts of Central and South America. But I mean, all of South America is pretty unpopular. It's not really populated. So if you go to Panama, have a look there. See that? Panama, no results. Let's go to search this area instead. So we have Costa Rica. There's none in Panama. There's a few in Colombia, not many. You see that? So it's quite sparsely populated. Guatemala, not many. See that? And there's actually quite a lot of Airbnbs and vacation rentals in this part of the world. A lot of people travel. And something about this part of the world is a lot of people are paying directly, or people are, some of the younger generation are crypto aware. Bitcoin Lightning is definitely the payment option of choice. And what you notice with Dtravel is when you go to pay, so let me just show you this nice penthouse in Belize. In the Copo house. It looks nice though, doesn't it? $150 a night is cheap. Let me just kind of imagine some dates. Very nice website. See, crypto. And what you notice is that there's no option to pay using Bitcoin. So this is top of the list at the moment for Dtravel, to incorporate the ability to pay using Bitcoin and to pay using the Bitcoin Lightning Network. I use Bitcoin Lightning in El Salvador. I use it. And the wallet that I use is called the Speed Wallet. Really good, really fast. There's no fees. You can send Bitcoin instantaneously. You can, the person requesting funds can send you a QR code, which you can just copy and paste, and you don't have to mess around with the figures and the numbers. You send it immediately. And the great thing about these, the Bitcoin app, is that you can send Bitcoin to your wallet from an exchange, from a central exchange or a decentralized exchange, and you don't have a conversion fee. And so in your wallet, you can send Bitcoin using the Lightning Network, and that sends it immediately. So it's actually really useful. And so we don't accept Bitcoin at the moment. This actually has become top of the agenda. So I'm going to El Salvador, not to create the wallet or whatever, not to integrate the wallet, but to start the onboarding process and to start promoting Dtravel in El Salvador. El Salvador is quite really small country, and so people know people, and people the networks are quite small. So once you get to know one network and another network, everyone starts to find out. And so this is kind of top of the list of what I'm doing. So that's where I'm going to promote and push Dtravel. We have to see how the progress, how we progress. And so El Salvador is top of my list, but also I'm interested in, when you look at Central and South America, I'm looking at other parts of Central America, Guatemala, Nicaragua, and Panama. Actually, in Costa Rica, we do have a lot of properties, not enough, but we do have some properties in Costa Rica. How many do we have? 24. So what we want to do actually is we want to fill this whole part of the world, this part of the world. Let's have a look at Colombia. Six. Not many properties, and this should be full. All of this should be full. There are very good reasons why businesses should and will come onto Dtravel. You don't have to leave Airbnb to come onto Dtravel, and once you come onto Dtravel, there's a lot of travelers who travel from hostels, from different places. They're asking to pay in cash. Why not crypto? And that's the beauty of Dtravel. They can pay in crypto. And so once we get onto the Bitcoin Lightning Network, that's going to open up limitless opportunities to expand in this part of the world. That's kind of why I'm going out there, and I will keep you guys up to date with my travels as I stream, because I'm going to continue streaming. Whereas last time I wasn't streaming while I was in Central America, this time I'll be streaming. Keep an eye on the Dtravel web X page. You see, yesterday I made a post about the Coinfest in Asia. So Dtravel are going there, and we're represented there. Our wonderful Andrea is going to be representing us there and promoting Dtravel. So let's see how that plays out as well. Let's see how that pans out. If you're not involved, join the X page, follow it, and then also if you go to the Telegram, it's getting more and more active these days. Here, look at this. This is our Telegram Dtravel community, and you can see new people are joining. Wayne, Donna, welcome. Obviously me, I'm just spreading my videos. Mohammed, welcome. And here you can see new booking site activated. New booking site activated. There's a bit of conversations about some things. New users, new booking process. Let's have a look at a new booking process. Let's see. So this actually just made a booking, and so every time a property makes a booking, you see the notification in our Telegram channel. So this one here, $75 a night. This is nice. Where is it? To zoom out. Portugal. See that? So it's in Porto. Look at that. So they've just made the booking now. I wonder when it is. Oh, here you can see they've got some blocked out dates in August. So if anyone's interested, they can go and have a look at this property. Let's have a look. $182 for 2 nights. You pay using crypto. You can search and look at the property in dollars, or you can change it to, no, that doesn't make any difference, to TRVL. See that? Tells you how much TRVL. And so for 2 nights you can pay 25,600 TRVL. With TRVL you're getting a 10% discount, so I don't know if that's applied here. It shows you the credit card fee is waived. I don't see look, there is a discount. There's a 10% discount, so I'm not sure how that works. I think you have to connect your wallet and then select it. And then you can pay using TRVL and get an extra 10% discount when you book. So that's really good, isn't it? It's really good to transact in TRVL and get an extra 10% discount. It's another reason why TRVL use case, another reason why TRVL is useful, and it's another great use case for TRVL. But the real value for TRVL still hasn't come, because obviously that will come in the future when we update our tokenomics. So get involved with the Telegram. There's also a TRVL channel where you can just talk about TRVL. I post videos always and just more conversations. All right, so that's our Telegram. Let me have a look at the charts. And so it's quite interesting because we had a bit of a sell-off, didn't we? It looked miserable. And I was talking about TRVL having a really bullish volume on the weekly time frame. We had this really high volume, this red candle, really high weekly volume red candle. I said that was really bullish. Why was that bullish? Because it was extremely high volume, the highest weekly volume that we've ever had in the whole history of TRVL. We had it last week, and the price only dropped from the open to the close. It only dropped 10%. When you have so much volume and the price only comes down 10%, it's a really bullish indicator. And what you see is that since I mentioned that, the price has already come up 10%. We're back up 10%, and it went all the way up to 20%. So just based on that indicator, what I was telling people 2 days ago on Sunday, I said this is really bullish. Yeah, the price actually went up 20%, and now it's back down to 12%. So you see, these things matter. You can tell, even though sometimes it looks bearish, people are like, shit, this is really bearish, what's happening, TRVL is going to zero. Actually, no, it was bullish because you're getting really strong absorption here. Now, I'm not saying that it can't continue going down. It can always do that, okay? But I was just kind of commenting on what I was seeing at the current time 2 days ago. So what are we looking at now? So let's just have a look at the TRVL charts now. Let me look at that harmonic. Let's have a look at that harmonic that I was looking at. So that's actually played out, hasn't it? Not on time, but it kind of played out. It hit our 50% mark. Yeah. So that's pretty good. That harmonic. So we're in a bullish cipher. We can get rid of that. And let's have a look at these anchored VWAPs, wherever they are. No idea. They're higher up. Okay, they're different VWAPs. So let's just kind of look at the charts now. Let's look at this local range. Nice. Look at that. The point of control is there. We're above the point of control. This is really good. We're finding a little bit of support of the point of control here. This is actually quite nice. Let's put in some anchored VWAPs here from this. Yep, that's really nice. We're above it. Let's have a look at this one. Yep, this is really good. Huh? We're above these anchored VWAPs. We've had quite a strong bullish reaction here. We're above these anchored VWAPs, above the point of control. It's really nice, sir. So we're seeing quite nice bullish price action here on TRVL. Stuck underneath that one, but still we're washing that one, aren't we? See that? See how that's being washed. Yeah, so this is really nice. We're finding support, we're washing resistance. I'm getting quite bullish looking at this at the moment. Let me pull the overall volume as well to see what's happening there. Do I have my volume levels here? So no changes. Value area low, high is a little bit lower. No changes there. We're putting in volume. This is really important to see. Right now we're above the point of control. Is this impulsive? Has the first impulse begun? That's the question. Because I've been talking about Elliott waves, haven't I? And it's always easier. It's always easier to see it afterwards. It is possible, huh? It is possible. Look. It is possible. It is possible that that was your ABC. It's also possible. I'm just explaining the possibilities. It is also possible that's your A, that's your B, and then you have a C. So there are possibilities of what this could look like. Without knowing if this is an impulsive move or if this is a mid corrective impulsive move. Yeah, it's hard to know. It does look quite impulsive, huh? There's a lot of impulsive buying. The price is up 20%. That looks like an impulsive buying there. We have to see if that's pretty impulsive buying. And the other thing to bear in mind is that the price is back into some kind of range. That's the range here. See that? And we're back into the range, aren't we? That's actually bullish when you see that kind of price action. What you can do then is just kind of take the range and see where the price is. We're in the range here. We're back into the value area. We're above the point of control. Let me hide these Elliott waves out. We're above these anchored VWAPs. We're above the areas that we thought we lost. We're back in. That's bullish. And so effectively what happens is this is a failed auction. If the price holds here now, the support, then I wouldn't be surprised if we go up again for another move, for another wave, for another expansive wave. Again, our target, we've got this high volume node here. That's going to be resistance for sure. Okay. It is possible that we are forming some kind of inverse head and shoulders pattern here where the price is just consolidating. It is possible. But again, it goes back to what I said before. Whatever happens here, what we are really looking for is to take out that high. That's really important for everyone who's interested in TRVL. That would change weekly market structure and it would confirm it as bullish where you're putting in higher highs, higher lows. If we do end up putting a inverse head and shoulders here, then you'd get a breakout and then you would have a target to take out that high. That would, again, that would give us the similar idea to what I was talking about before. It's either a double bottom or it's another inverse, complicated inverse head and shoulders pattern. So we have different patterns forming, but these are all bottoming patterns that are forming, whether you have local inverse head and shoulders patterns or where you have kind of slightly higher time inverse head and shoulders patterns, or where you have just a straightforward double bottom. I would prefer head and shoulders. I prefer it because with double bottoms you could fake out and then this becomes tricky, especially if you can't hold for a right shoulder, or if you just break out then you have a really strong breakout but then the price comes all the way back down to test the neckline. And so the strength of the breakout depends on the volume, but in this context if you have a double bottom you're probably targeting 2 cents, whereas if we do take out the high for market structure change, find support of this high volume node value area high, then you could break out and head higher in one go. You could head up to 3.5 to 4 cents. So it depends on what we're forming here, depends on what the targets that we reach further down the line. So there are options, but it is looking bullish. I've been saying it's looking bullish for a while. It's still looking bullish to me, and I'm not selling. I think it's just the right place, the right opportunity now to buy. Yeah, it looks like a buy to me. What I'm seeing on TRVL, this is a major buy. We're above the point of control. We saw a really nice bullish reaction. We're above these local anchored VWAPs. This is not a place to sell. This is the place to buy now. So if you're out, this is the right place. The price is good. It's 25% under 1 cent. And as I was saying in my stream before, a lot of work is being done, and people might think I'm crazy, Yeah, but my target for this bull market is the all-time high, 1.56, and from our current price, that would put us all the way up at a 20,000% increase in value. That's a 200x. If you only 100x from our current price, then you're going up to 80 cents. 80 cents would be 100x, and a 50x would be 40 cents, and then 20 cents would be a 20x. Even the 20x for most people, that would be quite happy with that. That will make a lot of people very wealthy. That will make everyone who's accumulated in this range walk away in profit if we do a 20x from where we are now. I think 20x is definitely on the cards, whatever happens to take out these highs. Whatever happens to taking out these highs up to 17.5 cents is primary objective. And then we have to see what happens with the volume here, because that's really important. It's hard to know what happens next. You're going to get big take profits, and then we have to see what happens next, because, you know, long holds require holding for long, and therefore people aren't phased about the fluctuation of price. They're more interested in the target, the destination, the higher price, and that would be 1.56. That all depends on extenuating circumstances within and out, without, inside and outside the control of Dtravel. But Dtravel is changing, and so at the moment we're seeing really strong bullish accumulation here. All right, that's my Dtravel update for today. I think just keep on buying, basically. Keep on dollar cost averaging in. These are really good prices, really good prices.